gentlemen, welcome to the Off the Top podcast. Your co-host, Reed McKinney. With us, we have Jeremis and Ken.
Yo!
Live and alive.
Why are you always trying to have the same energy as I do, Ken?
Because why are we supposed to not be energetic?
No, you are supposed to be.
What do you mean then?
Don't worry about it.
We don't hate on energy here.
Look, see,
but
Jeremis is the anti-hype man. Found out today.
I am not the anti-hype man. What are you talking about?
No one survives with an anti-hype man, Jeremis.
Ken, stop trying to get everybody to beat up on me again. Look, I had enough of it as it is. All right, we're done. We're done with this.
I didn't do anything, but continue.
And the main thing that I wanted to talk about that's been sort of like I've been keeping a little bit of a watchful eye on it is the box office numbers for a lot of these summer movies are really, really poopy. More so, I feel, than usual. And they're in some unusual places. We don't have to get into that right now. I just think it's an interesting season for movies. But what did you guys have to discuss?
Well, I wanted to go ahead and make a quick announcement before we dive deep into the beautiful topics that we have brought in today.
Go for it.
Because I got a good one that's been roaming around for a while. But yes, thank you, Reed, for bringing us into that beautiful off the top. And I know you guys are probably wondering what happened to the other episodes. There was actually a few episodes I had, but they didn't come out as well as I wanted. So we're gonna just pretend they don't exist and save them for bloopers. So. But it'll
be quite a long blooper reel.
It is. It'll be long, but anyway, yep. Here we are. We're gonna go ahead and get into it off the top, where we can talk about whatever we want, whenever we want, however we want to. Stop sending stuff in the Discord, Ken. Stop it. But Ken, did you have anything, I guess, small you wanted to say before we get into some of the big stuff that we had to discuss?
I don't really even come in here much to discuss.
You never do. My goodness.
What is...
You're first to the party, last to the news.
See, anti-hype man, what I tell you. Anti-hype man.
I'm not the anti-hype man. I'm just
You're always bringing it down.
I'm not bringing it.
Guitar Hero told us to take it to 11, but you're taking it down to 1.
I'm taking 10 points off.
No, I mean, I'm just mainly been getting into Sims a lot lately. I don't know why. I've been wanting to play Sims a lot.
Something wrong with you.
Sims Quattro?
Yeah, that one.
Play every other game, but
what other games?
Play no other.
I just played Stardew Valley with you.
That was for 10 minutes?
That's because I just saw you were streaming it.
I have nothing to say to that. Disappointed. Well, Ken, I guess if you have nothing to say, I guess it's up to Reed and me to save us all.
I can comment on what everyone says. Go ahead.
That's not the point, Ken.
Go ahead. I'll comment.
All right. So basically, Toy Story 4 came in and in its first opening weekend made $118 million, which is to be expected for that. That's not, out of all of these, Toy Story 4 is probably the outlier.
Yeah, I didn't even know it was out.
It came out last week.
It came out a lot quicker than I thought it would.
It came out Friday.
Came out of nowhere. And if it's good, great. I'm not going to watch it.
See, I've been going back and forth on it because I watched I watched up to 3, and I didn't really like 3 as much. So I was like, do I really want to go see 4?
Now, see, I would have to say we have a disagreement about that. I think Toy Story 3 is one of the best children's movies ever made. It teaches many, many important lessons, and I'm not even trying to sound preachy about it. It just literally does. And like the ending with the ending closure that you get with the toys and with Andy, I thought was perfect. It was like
it was a good closing segment. Yeah,
there was,
and you knew that they were going to use that kid or some kid like the one that he gave his toys to in like now the story's about it, and it's like, I mean, you have 3 masterpiece films. Like, why do we need to do this? I understand. Well, why do we need to do this? Well, I'm looking at it. It's 118 million reasons why.
Because they needed to explain what happened to Bo Peep, and then they needed to put Keanu Reeves in there somehow.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, we have to have Keanu in literally everything that exists. Otherwise, it's like Thanos says, all things are balanced. And without Keanu literally everywhere,
the balance will be thrown off.
Yeah, how are we supposed to get that done? Aladdin. Now, hang on. Wait a minute. Let me go into.
I'm very interested to see how this is.
Hang on. I want to find out the.
Since Jeremy saw it 5 times.
The overall
I
total
felt like I
gross.
saw it 5 times. I was in different
Let's
bodies when I
see.
watched it.
Oh, I see. So Toy Story has a total gross of 118. Still doing pretty good though. Get the year of 20.
I know. While you're looking it up, I'll talk about. I haven't played it yet. I've never played Crash Team Racing before, but it came out. I wasn't a Crash fan.
man.
I told you I was a Spyro
Get
guy
out the
back then.
Discord. Get out the Discord.
Are they going to charge full like $60 for it?
No, it's 40. It's 40. But well, I saw it on the Switch and it was $40. So I assume that's the price.
40.
Switch don't always have to be full. So let's look.
Yeah.
It could be $30 on like PlayStation.
Sorry,
but it's important that you get this game. This is my childhood growing up. I didn't grow up on Mario Kart.
I think it's normally $40, but I see like some places, some reason Walmart says $33.84. I don't know why, but
that's a good price.
yes.
Yeah, you got to get the game. It's so much fun. I love it.
X-Men Dark Phoenix has a $60 million domestic, which is just, I mean, that's just, that's embarrassing.
They're putting their heads down real quick.
Good Lord, man, that's got to, and to be the last in the Fox series of X-Men films is just.
I heard that
not how you want to go.
I heard the director said he took it on himself for all the
and respect to him. Yeah, hey, to own such a my props to Simon Kinberg. I had to look up the name. I didn't know that guy's name off the top of my head, but I did see where he came up, and he wore it on his sleeve, which is what a good
director.
A good person does when they.
Not a good director. If it was a good director, none of it would happen.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah,
I said the wrong thing.
It's a good person thing to do because it's like, hey, man, I'm the source of this. He could have just as easily done what so many studio executives and directors and producers do and just attack the fans. Mm-hmm. And
it's your fault.
And he probably would have had the support of the studio because that's a routine thing that happens. I mean, just look at Disney Star Wars. And so, he could have been that guy, but good on him. It is a terrible movie.
That's definitely good.
It's a terrible movie. Having said all that, respect to that man's decision to do that, you made a really piece of shit movie. I'm sorry.
You're here first, guys.
Men in Black International as of today, 52 million, closer to 53, but let's see, worldwide. 182 worldwide. So,
how much has Godzilla done now?
Let's see.
I know a lot of people are complaining about it, but I thought it was way better than the last one.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. I mean, not necessarily.
I'm ashamed to say, I still haven't seen it, but at the same time,
all right, Reed, we're gonna set a date now.
I'll probably see it on Tuesday. To be honest.
All right, I'll go. All right, Ken, you're gonna have to just take off.
It's not showing me Godzilla King of the Monsters. Why is it not?
I mean, when do you get off on? Well, when is the tickets for Tuesday? Let's see. I'm just typing. I'm typing it like it's gonna. I'm typing the word Tuesday.
I know, right? You just type it into the viewer's ears. My goodness.
Hey man, that's fine.
You're like, ow.
James, just lower the sound.
The total worldwide for Godzilla is 350 million. Looks like had a 47 million opening weekend, 4,100 theaters. So, one of the main criticisms that I heard was that and obviously you guys can speak more to this having actually seen it, but they said that the human drama was excuse me. They said that the human characters made decisions that were just preposterous. Of course, without the context, I can't speak to that, but that's just one of the the general criticisms.
It's like Godzilla. The last one they made preposterous things.
I thought that the generic army dude being everywhere was kind of stupid. I mean, the movie has to eventually bend over backwards to be like, now he's in Hawaii, and now he's in Japan. Or no, he made it to, where did he make it to? San Francisco. He's here now too. And it's like, this one guy is just being shuffled around meticulously.
So they're going to get mad about the human the humans' decisions. But yet in the first 2014, I think it was, Godzilla movie, they had them run a train with nuclear warheads, saying they're going to lure the monster somewhere else.
Yeah,
but obviously they ran it through there right as the monster shown up, so they didn't have some mathematician that run numbers be like, oh, if the train leaves at 5 p.m., when does it intersect? When's the monster?
It's like no one thinks about basic things like this in these worlds, kid. The question
I just went for the
if you ask me, the first movie really, really, really betrayed us in a way, because from the trailers it was like, okay, so Soldier Guy is going to be in the whole movie. We get that, but then Bryan Cranston looked like he might have been the main character.
Nope.
And for a while he, and then the movie shovels him away, and we're left with what's his face. I don't remember that guy's name. And, like, how much better would that be? Like, him losing his wife at the beginning was really, really good. Like, that whole, like, opening scene of her run, like, that part was also stupid, where it's like you're running, like, you're lightly jogging, and, it's just whatever. But, yeah, him watching die, and then to raise his son, and they, there's a distance that grows between them. Like, for his, like, 35 minutes of that movie, it was like, wow, this was like, this is well acted. And the Japanese guy, the Japanese scientist from Monarch, he was good too. Like, the movie could have been about him, and it would have been good.
Yeah.
Like, how much does he see? How much else does he know about? It would have been so much more interesting to have him. I get it. The soldier's going to bump into, a whole bunch of cool, like, set piece moments, which is always nice. And he'll be there for that final battle so that we can, we as the audience can see it all.
Yeah. Kick-Ass versus Godzilla.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good fight.
Yeah. And one can't feel pain, and the one can't feel him being hit.
One has, metal bats sometimes, or metal, like, batons, and the other has, atomic breath. and
is just the size of skyscrapers.
Yeah. Yeah, towers, equal to mountains. These two are comparable in power level. But yeah,
if you can't feel pain, you can't be defeated. That's the rules.
That's the rules. No, mortal limitations end there. Once you can't feel pain, you can see into the future.
Pain is what makes you give up. That's how you die. Not that you've lost all of your blood.
Now physically incapable of death.
Like those kids that can't feel pain, so they touch ovens. They're immortal.
It's like in the Star
they can
Wars
last
movie,
forever.
When they were like, Padme's dying, she's lost the will to live.
That's because she felt too much pain.
I don't feel it.
What? It's like, just tell me she dies in childbirth. Don't insult me.
No, she lost the will to live. People who feel pain, the only way they can die is when they submit.
Yeah, her dying during the birth though wouldn't make any sense, because at that point in Star Wars' history, like their medical science has progressed to a point where there's no way that any pregnancy is going to threaten the life of the mother.
But how crazy
sort of alien hybrid.
But how crazy would it have been if she did, and in order to finish the birth, he had to use the lightsaber for a C-section.
I was about to say, you gotta slice her open like a
This
movie made a strange turn.
Yeah, that went different.
We'll just do this until we get the shelter up.
But if you go on like Rotten Tomatoes, Godzilla has like a 40% from them and 83% from audience. So it's a normal.
Yeah, no, it's an action summer movie. Yeah, you're right. It's the audiences are in agreement, and a lot of the time with these big action movies. The critical rating is what it is, and you got to think a lot of these people that write those reviews that are like verified or whatever you call it on Rotten Tomatoes, they watch thousands of movies each year. This is like they watch so many movies that they see the similarities, and then they see like, all right, well, this movie falls into this lane that I know of, and blah blah blah. I will still watch it. I'm almost certainly going to go see it either tomorrow or Tuesday.
I enjoy
probably
it.
On Tuesday when it's $5.
There you go.
I just want to know what Godzilla versus Kong's would look like, because he's just a flea almost. Godzilla, not really a flea.
Yeah,
but
I mean, we talked about that before. They're going to have to scale him up. They're going to have to scale him way the hell up because You breathe that laser breath, and it's like game over, man.
Bye.
Game over.
Fried gorilla.
Sorry, King
There is
Kong.
fried gorilla. Anybody?
Fried
Like,
banana.
He
Nah, I want
hands
that
him a
gorilla.
leg like it's some mutton.
That's what they
No,
want.
King Kong is King Kong.
Well, what we could do, because I know you said you want to see it, Reed, and you wanted to do it Tuesday, you said? Or is the best day we could do it? Probably is when you want to do
I'm
it?
going to go out to eat on Tuesday as well, but we'll work it out.
Okay.
See, look, Ken, we can do all of it Tuesday. We can eat.
Tomorrow might actually be better now that I think about it after I made this.
Oh, whichever.
That's funny. We were talking about going out
We'll
to
see.
eat.
And the reason I say it, because we could do Cinema Cafe and just eat there, and at 9:45 p.m.'s of viewing. So
Ken being fancy, man. Oh, my Lord.
That's not a bad idea. Though.
That is a great idea.
It's not a bad
Wait, why
idea.
didn't you think of that earlier?
I just did
So-
that. Don't worry.
So the general thing that I'm seeing though is like all of these movies, almost without exception, are failing. Shaft. I mean, that's total.
Oh,
gross
yeah, I heard
at
Shaft did really bad, too.
Shaft.
16 million.
Yeah,
Like,
Shaft, thinks,
that's-
Wait, is that the one with the different
You gotta take
different
this movie-
people?
Shaft
You
hasn't
gotta-
seen the light of day for a long time after that.
Yeah, exactly. It's like shed and shot with the double barrel. It's like we got to put her down, boys. Sorry. Child's Play. Total gross 14 million. It looks like.
Mhm.
I mean, all these franchises they're bringing back. Secret Life of Pets 2 did pretty good though.
Yeah, a lot of kids, people like the
117
first one.
Oh yeah,
the
that's
first
gonna
one was
make money.
great.
Any of those? What is it? The DreamWorks.
I think so.
DreamWorks
Yeah,
make that?
yeah, DreamWorks was.
Think
I think
so.
yeah, they did that. Yeah, they did. Yeah, they
I
did.
don't know
Secret
why
Life of
that
Pets
word didn't come to me faster. It's weird. Yeah, Men in Black International, like 52 million, like for a Men in Black movie. Let's see what the other.
Especially with the cast they had for it. Too.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have
that
Chris
should be
Hemsworth
more.
and Tessa Thompson, giant stars coming off Thor Ragnarok. Get out of here.
Come on, and gang.
Because Men in Black is founded by its crew, like its actors from the other ones. That's what had it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now, even like, and you have to take this with inflation because the first Men in Black movie came out in 97,
Mhm.
and that's total lifetime international everything 250 million. So it's a whole thing.
Mhm.
Men in Black 2, 190 million. Yeah. Looks like there was an animated crossover between Spider-Man and Men in Black. Oh wait, no, that might have been a VHS tape or something. Never mind. I'm thinking out loud.
okay.
And Men in Black in time, that's been out since the 14th, so it's, let's see, about a week and a half. And 52 million. I mean, it's still got time, but it's never gonna, like, if it started out like that,
Mhm.
it's not getting anywhere
Because, like I
close.
said, inflation. If they made that much back then, that's way
Yeah,
more.
250 million in 97
is way different than
Yeah.
2019.
Get the
Yeah.
hell out of town, man.
How high?
That's like a Billy, probably.
Yeah.
I'd say, or close to it, if nothing else. Men in Black 2, same deal, like a little bit less, but I mean, 190 compared to 250. Like Men in Black 1 was so good.
It was.
I thought the second one was okay, but the first one was so good.
Let's talk about how they decided to re-release Avengers just with some
for the-
new footage, just to make more money to beat Avatar, basically. Reed,
What is that all about?
you don't even know about that, Reed?
No, I saw that.
No.
I thought that
So
was
there's a
funny.
new. I know you don't go on social media. I just didn't know if you didn't hear about it. So
Yeah, no, I just
they're so they're re-releasing in theaters. The last Avengers movie just came out. With new footage that wasn't in there, including after credit footage.
Isn't there supposed to be like a
Really?
tribute in there for
Yeah.
Stan Lee too?
I don't know about that, but
That's what
I
I.
just-
That's what I thought I heard too.
I didn't read
That would
through
be
it.
cool.
I know,
That
I
would
know
be cool if they had a nice,
only if
you know.
only if they did my scene, the one I called out. They need to make him Captain
They probably
America,
heard
the
what you
old
said,
man.
Ken. They're like, "We're on it. We got
You got to
this."
re-release it. But no, I'm just like, this is kind of them doing it again just to
to make a little bit
just to
more
beat
money.
Avatar. Yeah,
Yeah, Avatar doesn't deserve it. Avengers Endgame deserves it more than Avatar.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're right.
Yeah.
They're absolutely right. Fuck them. Fuck Avatar.
just do it. I don't
Just
It's
care.
do
a
it.
it's a perfectly
Do it.
mediocre movie with really really good visuals, and it's just the most vapid. Like military bad, capitalism bad, It's like, I get it, man.
Everything is bad.
I get it. Yeah, it's like, human bad, nature good. It's like I've heard that.
You're destroying nature.
Before. Thanks.
Bad. That's funny.
Anna, which I think, is that connected to the movie Hannah? What's her face?
Hannah Montana.
Dakota Fanning.
Did you say Hannah Montana?
I don't.
No, okay.
Hannah Montana, maybe. Miley Cyrus is in the new series of the new season, I should say, of Black Mirror.
Okay, so
no idea how her.
He wants to talk about that first episode. I can.
Okay, look, I'm gonna be real with you.
I haven't seen it, so I would appreciate.
I'm not gonna spoil nothing. I'm just saying, like, have you seen like all Black Mirror?
Yeah, not.
I saw the first season and some of the second season.
Okay, so yeah, I'm not gonna say nothing because I want you to see it, but like, I'm actually not very pleased with how they did this season, season 5.
The newest one?
Yeah, it wasn't bad, and I like some of the stuff I thought was good, but it was like this. They better be so happy they are coming out with another season because this was not. No.
The thing is, a lot of those episodes are written just entirely by Charlie Booker or Brooker or whoever he is. Whoever that genius is, the brain power behind that show is unreal.
Yeah, it's really like they did. Like some of those episodes were like, wow.
There's like a show like that. I've never had a show that makes me as uncomfortable. I mean that in good ways.
Wait until you watch season 5.
Because like the episode that I'm sure the episode that had that dude. He had the little camera that was built into his eye, and he could rewind his memories and like.
Oh yeah, that one was really good.
And he was like a lawyer, and he would go back and he suspected his wife of cheating on him, and it's like he's kind of a drunk, but he's also he's going deeper and deeper, and it's like this really mind-bent opera. That was absolutely crazy. Like he could replay the whole thing through in his head, and it was like that was crazy. The White Christmas episode made me sweat.
Oh yeah,
it made me sweat because I'm just like, bro, when people get punished in Black Mirror, they get punished. Like
no mercy.
They don't die. They get trapped in a computer program for infinite time, essentially.
Pretty much.
For just infinite time, just nothing. You can't die. You can't.
Yeah, Black Mirror is it's
super else.
I love it. Messes with the mind. I love it. I love it.
I've never had or Shut Up and Dance, another episode that ended with my hands really sweaty. I mean, my God, man. And you can go back and watch that episode and look at some of the visual cues at the very beginning when he's working in the restaurant. Oh God.
It's overall really good.
Respect to those writers.
It's a great series. I'm a little disappointed in season 5.
But this new season just wasn't doing it for you?
Like it. One episode did it for it was like, okay, this is the Black Mirror I know, and then it was after that it was just like, what? It was I don't know.
There are definitely weaker episodes.
They're definitely like because I think
with any show.
Like season 4 to me was okay. Like season 4 wasn't all that great.
I would say that Black Mirror is the modern day, and I mean this in a good way. It's a modern day version of the Twilight Zone. That's exactly what it is. It's technology, it's human arrogance, like the bad parts of humanity and us, destroying ourselves and blah blah blah. And it makes you uncomfortable because a lot of the stuff they talk about is just dead serious. But it's really compelling, and it commands attention in a way that I think few shows really can.
I mean, Ken was just talking about how he wants everybody to judge him and give him a point system because of it.
Hey, 10 out of 10s from everyone.
They look at Ken. You got to be.
Yeah, did you watch that episode where it's exactly like what you were talking about, where there's like a social credit system and people rate you on their phones based on your behavior in public, your appearance, your political stances. Oh, that's a great one.
That is good.
And this woman, and I'm not all of it. There's a lot of stuff you get just by the writing, but the basic gist, she's got this friend who is extremely well connected. Like she's pretty, she's popular, she's got like so many of these credits, these social credits. She's rich, basically. That's how the economy works. And so she's all successful in her life, and she's getting married, and she wants her to come to her wedding because they were best friends when they were kids, blah, blah, blah. And so as she's trying to make her way, and she can't make it there because she doesn't have enough credits, so she like lies. She goes to the airport and tries to lie. You know, I think that they have like an IOU system, and she was getting angry and basically deteriorates until she just collapses in on herself at this wedding, and it's just hard to watch because I mean, and it's really well acted. I mean, good on the main actress. I forget her name. She's been in a bunch of other stuff, but like the you're watching the mental collapse of a person. Yeah. And it's like everyone and no one's laughing, and there's no comedic part of it. It's just like, ugh, like this is ugly.
Yeah, you know? It was like,
and you just have to watch this poor, kind of insane person just explode.
Yeah, kind of goes start going down here and quick too.
And yeah, one thing I like about that, it has balls. Like people, like I said, they get punished. There's almost no endings. But, sometimes it can lean a little bit to the like the left wing side of it. Like you can tell the people right are kind of left leaning, and that'd be fine. We all have biases, but sometimes in the episodes they can just add like little things here and there that are kind of like, could have done without that.
Yeah.
But what are you gonna do? I mean, at the end of the day, you gotta take the good with that.
And if you haven't watched all of them, Ken, you better watch them.
I'm a little disappointed. Jairus. I mean, I keep seeing ads, and it's not that I'm avoiding it. I just haven't gotten around.
Trust
to watching
me, I was when we found out they were coming out with the season 5. We were excited because we've been waiting like how long for another season of Black Mirror, and I was like,
a year or so.
Yeah, I was like, oh, finally, we're gonna get it. And season 5 came out, and I was super excited. I was like, yes, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. Mm-hmm. It's gonna be good. They're gonna start messing with my mind again. And then we watched it, and it was like the first episode was like, okay, this is really good. And then after that, it was kind of like, this was not worth 1 year wait.
Right.
Like,
speaking of shows, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I gotta tell you, Reed, there's only 3 episodes.
There's only 3.
Yeah, only 3. So that's where like we saw that and we're like, okay, so we were a little disappointed, but it was like, okay.
I mean, the first season had, I think, 3, but it's
I think it was like 3 or 4.
Yeah.
But so we were thinking like, kind of like, okay, well that means that these are probably going to be really, 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 really good. And that's where it was like, it wasn't bad. Like it wasn't like I've seen worse from the show. Like this wouldn't be like bottom of the totem pole, but it was like to me after waiting for a year, I felt like I kind of wanted more from it. So
the weakest episode, in my opinion, and it's not even weak, it's just like it just doesn't. I will never go back and watch it ever. Is Metalhead, the one that's in black and white with the with the robot that's like hunting her and her people down, and it's cool. It's fine. It's like a survival story, but I mean, sometimes they do this thing where they keep things so vague that I can't really latch onto it.
Yeah.
But, I mean, they do a really good job.
That one was a little confusing. I mean, it definitely wasn't bad, but I didn't get it. I was like, this is all right. Like, there's only like
and once again, it's perfectly fine. Like you go and you watch it, and it's well made, it's well shot, it's well acted. All of it's fine. It's just I would never. You have those.
Love, Death, and Robots has a second season too.
I didn't watch. I haven't watched that yet.
I haven't either, but I need to.
You can announce a second season.
I watched the first season, but I didn't know that they had a second season.
Yeah, I don't know if it's out. I heard about it.
Probably not, because like I think the first season came out like back in I want to say February, March, something like that. But
I don't know if you guys watched this anime.
It came out on March 15th. I'm sorry.
March 15th, yeah. Sounds about right, yeah.
I don't know if you guys watch this anime that's on there, but it's I'm not even going to try to pronunciate the name, but it's basically
Kakaguri.
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, Kakaguri.
Yeah. What's it called?
Kakaguri.
What's it about?
It's a gambling school, and Yumiko, what's her name? Yumiko Jabami?
Yeah, Yumiko
Jabami.
It
matters. What's her last name? It matters, Reed. I don't know why I said that. She comes to this school, and the school's hierarchy of power and status is basically gambling. It's pretty straightforward. And the school is headed by this girl of similar age to the main character, conveniently, and she is just a prodigy, and the main character is a prodigy. But she gets a sexual delight from gambling, and the higher the risk and the more that she stands to lose in any one gamble, the more of a release she feels.
It's so crazy,
and it's awesome. And she of course meets the cast of characters, and learns their stories. She friends up with this guy who sucks at gambling. No, he doesn't suck at gambling. He's just not as good.
He's learning. He's kind of like learning.
He's learning. He's not trash. That's
he a few times he was pretty good at it, but it's just like he's just not. He doesn't.
Yeah,
have the highest skill.
And later on, obviously the main character kind of rubs off on him. He eventually is like, you know what, fuck it, I'll fucking play like this too. and he gets into it. Yeah, he's like, yeah, I'll throw my cards down too. And so yeah, it's good. It's good. And good villains, good. Funny crap. The games that they play, the actual gambles that they make, once again, a really high intellect show. The premise sounds really straightforward, and once again, it is. But
the intellectual level is
the complexity. Yeah, the complexity of the game. Here's what these cards mean, and if you get this, it means this, but you can't do this, and it's they're setting up rules within rules within rules, and they're just they're just James Bond, talking in a conversation with a complicated ass game like that. They're making metaphors and drawing, comparisons and foreshadowing.
Yeah,
it's amazing how amazing how shows like Kakaguri and Food Wars and Kirko's Basketball is another good example of this. They can take a premise that on its own, it just sounds mundane. It's let's make a show about a bunch of basketball players. It's that could be cool, but
hey,
what's the point when you got Goku throwing Kamehameha waves across star systems? You know what I mean? It's not that level, but when you watch those shows, it's as good, if not better, than those other shows, but in different ways.
Yeah. Now, have you seen one thing, since we're talking about real life activities turned into anime? Have you seen the trailer for Fire Force?
I have not.
I'll have to show you that, Reed.
I can look it up right now.
Yeah, go ahead and look it up. Trailer for Fire Force is an anime about firefighters.
Oh, wow. That's interesting.
Yeah, but it's not what you would normally think.
And the firefighter, okay. the main guy wants to be king of the firefighters. He wants to be.
Everyone does have special abilities. This ain't normal firefighters.
Oh, hang on. Let me get this. Whoopsie.
Who's that Japanese
sound on there? Yeah, I can't have too much sound on it.
Just love it when people can they ask, is lasagna just spaghetti cake?
Yes.
What?
And you know what?
It's delicious.
And there ain't a
the
damn
ricotta
thing
is
wrong with it.
The ricotta is the icing.
There ain't a damn thing wrong.
I would choose lasagna over spaghetti, honestly.
Oh my god! Come on, dude. That wasn't even a thought. Why'd you? Come on. Lasagna is god, man. What are you talking about?
I'm a dude who loves spaghetti, but bro,
I love spaghetti when it's really good spaghetti. But if it's not really good, I'm probably not gonna have it. When lasagna, man, whew, something about that lasagna, man. I love it.
Or a calzone. Hooey. Hooey, you're gonna play the.
All right, time to go to Pizza Hut.
Calzone or Stromboli? Which one?
Calzones are the ones. Wait, Strombolis don't have ricotta in them, right? Isn't that what separates them?
I think so. No, they're different shape.
No, calzone is pizza cheese.
I'm gonna have to look up the definition of Stromboli. Here you go, Stromboli versus calzone.
Stromboli.
One of the major differences between a calzone and a Stromboli is the sauce. In a Stromboli, hey, this is straight from TuscanEats.com on Google.
I trust them.
So, I mean, I trust them more than any of us sitting here. In Stromboli, the sauce is baked in with a calzone. It's served on the side like a dipping sauce.
Yeah, that is
it has the sauce
inside of it,
into its chemical makeup,
and it's usually a rectangle instead of a crest, like a half moon shape.
Yeah, like a crescent.
Circle.
Yeah,
Oh man, give me a Stromboli because of the square. You know what? No, I won't.
You can pack some pepperoni in those calzones, though.
You can
No.
pack it and everything. Trust me.
I know you
Ken, that's a hard one.
Are you still watching the video, by the way?
You know what?
I had to pause. I had to pause.
You're about to make me go get some Pizza Hut, Ken.
Hang on.
I can't do that.
Yeah.
We're having roast for dinner. I can't go
going-
get Pizza Hut.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We're going Stromboli.
Why? Just the sauce being cooked inside is way different.
You're right. The texture of the sauce is that's fuck you, for making me choose. Ken.
We're gonna have to. We're just gonna have to have
decisions.
We're just gonna have to go somewhere and rate and review it ourselves. An Italian place to get both.
We can do that. That could
Okay.
comparisons of food and stuff.
We could do a stream on recording on that.
All right, we're doing it.
I'm
It's
down
happening.
on that. So let's see what's good with this Fire Force.
Ken's gonna have to buy it though.
Dang, you're about the same job as me. You can afford it.
It looks like it's
Again,
animated in a kind of similar fashion.
Oh, it's made by Soul Eater.
Kill the Kill.
It's made by the people who did Soul Eater.
Yeah,
Oh, it
you're
is
right.
made. It's by the people who did Soul Eater.
Yeah,
Oh,
forgot about that part.
well, I love Soul Eater, so I might have to take a gander.
They're fighting the fire with crosses and laser swords.
Oh my god!
Hang on.
Because it's not really just fires.
Sure. Oh my
That
god.
sounds interesting.
Oh,
Look what you done did. Look what you done did, Ken.
this looks dope. They're like fire ninjas.
Ken, you done got him addicted.
Fire sorcerers. Anime is so great.
All right, well, looks like you got a new
God.
anime.
You got girls with big boobies.
Yeah, that's mandatory in the firefighters.
Feminism.
Oh, did you guys hear about the that Tifa? Not Tifa. What's her name? from Final Fantasy. Did I say-
Tifa.
Tifa, yeah.
How dare you not know Tifa's name?
No, because
I've never played Final Fantasy.
I'm sorry. I was on the right track, but I was some reason thinking about Tifu.
No, he did. No, he was. He was.
I was on the. I just said it. I was
track.
just thinking wrong. Yeah, but they had to reduce her.
Yeah,
her
they're
beautiful.
Oh, dude, no.
Yeah.
Fire Forces is getting a purchase.
See,
There you go. You done did
Fire
it.
Force has a
Reed's sold.
big thumb up of approval.
that's a jumbo thumb up. That looks literally.
We need a Reed stamp of approval.
See, I told you, every anime I read, he's like, yes, afterwards.
You
Well,
got-
I mean, I have stuff that I'm watching at the time too, but you know,
I know.
He's like, I'll make an exception.
You sound, Reed, you sound very far away for some reason.
I sound far away.
Yeah, he probably got up after that amazingness you showed him.
The hype broke his headset.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah,
Okay.
sound better.
I don't know why.
I don't know. You were cutting out. You were cutting out a little bit too every now and again. So That's fine.
We're in his kitchen now.
hey,
Hang on.
he's cooking up a Stromboli.
He's like, I'm hungry now.
Oh, you know. You did this to me, kid. Make me think of Stromboli.
That's how Ken gets you.
But you also know that Hot Pocket has Strombolis now.
It's not the same as one made by an Italian restaurant, though.
I know.
Yeah, I mean,
Which is why we
I don't know. Stromboli's too Hot Pocket.
You see, you only eat a Hot Pocket when you're like mad hungry.
To be fair,
No, of course, Jeremy. That I didn't mean that to sound. I hope I didn't sound elite. I didn't mean that.
To be fair, though,
Stromboli's a delicate.
I just want to say, to be fair, isn't a pizza Hot Pocket already a Stromboli?
Oh, my,
technically?
okay, Ken, get out.
No.
Get up, Ken.
What is this place called? I went to pizza places near me because of y'all, too.
Are you looking at getting a pizza
There's
now?
a place called.
Are you gonna order one for late at night?
No,
Why not?
because I can just go get my free pizza.
Oh yeah,
There's
that's
just
right.
this
You
place
owe
called
us that. You owe us that free pizza.
There's this place that's called Pizza Box, and I'm just wondering what the hell is this place?
It's a place that sells pizza in a box.
I don't know if they have a box. I didn't see no box yet.
Look,
I didn't see a box now. That's wrong.
it's close to you, not to me. So
So one question about Godzilla. Were the action sequences, were they at least good?
Yes, they were very good.
Were those done well?
I liked them. They did a good job with the actions in Godzilla, which is mainly
Yes.
I was looking forward to that. So yeah, they definitely won't disappoint you.
I need Ghidorah, and
Oh, you're
I
gonna
just need those. I need those giant monster battles.
you're gonna get them. You're gonna get Ghidorah. You're gonna get Ghidorah, and you're gonna get Godzilla yelling at each other. I'm better than you. No, I'm better than you. Don't know me.
Yeah, I'm gonna know you.
You know what, Ken?
What?
I don't like you talking bad about Anthem.
That's mean.
Talking bad about Anthem. I don't appreciate that.
There's obvious reasons I talk bad about.
Anyway, you know what? EA is not helping themselves, which I guess I'll bring us into another topic I wanted to discuss.
Gosh, here we go.
Yes, I already know what it is. EA's under they're under the scope. They're under the scope. Everything they do is gonna get attacked.
Go ahead and bring us in, James. Go ahead.
All right, so for those of you guys who didn't know, which we all know because it's EA, but EA talking about their loot box, saying that they're not loot boxes, they're surprise mechanics. Yeah, and they were trying to do comparisons to justify why they call it that, comparing it to toys, like the little surprise toys that you get at your local Walmart. That little $5, you go over here trying to figure out if you're gonna get that mayonnaise can or that Heinz ketchup. That's basically their comparison to how they are doing it. Saying that they're aware of it. It was crazy. If you guys haven't watched the video on it, you guys definitely should, because it was pretty interesting. But I was cracking up because when everybody heard about the surprise mechanic, I was like, here we go again.
Is that the language that they use?
They're saying
they
that
called it a surprise mechanic.
Yeah.
They compared it to like Kinder eggs and stuff.
Yeah, saying that it's not
Step
gambling.
1, open mouth. Step 2, put foot in mouth.
Pretty much, they're like, pretty much people like surprises, and I was like, EA, like, okay, look, let's just be real. It's a loot box. Like you can't get past it.
Surprise mechanics.
Surprise! You get nothing.
What a shallow piece of nothing.
I had,
Oh
which is. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, it's something else.
Well, it was interesting because it was like, it's funny how like now loot boxes are becoming a really, really, really big thing. Because before we had certain companies that had implementation of loot boxes, but there wasn't a lot of heat for it. People, of course, nobody likes having loot boxes, but we dealt with them because as long as it was cosmetic and it didn't have any effect on the gameplay itself, it's okay. But now you're seeing a lot of companies adapt the loot box system because of the fact they see and know it makes a crap ton of money. People are going to keep coming back. They feed off of the addiction, kind of how like Candy Crush is. People become addicted to the game and they start spending that money on the game over and over again.
I would say when it goes to where children who can have access to a game are able to spend real world money, even if it is cosmetic, I'd say cosmetics are completely fine. But as soon as you make it available to like purchase, like here, buy these Apex packs or whatever, and the kids can spend real world money, it's like, I'm not normally this person, but when it comes to kids, I don't think we should be like fostering a vice, because that's what gambling is. Like a problem. I don't care. I don't do it myself, but I don't care if you do.
Yeah, I mean,
it's your money at the end of the day. Nothing else. It's your money, man. But as soon as kids are involved, I understand that age restrictions on games are kind of a tricky thing. I get that, but
and it's also tough too because it's like, how can you necessally?
Really, and there's no regulation.
Yeah,
there's no regulation
properly, and that's where the problem comes in, because it's like you can.
It's the Wild West.
Yeah, pretty much, and it was funny because they were also talking about the fact, because they had somebody from Epic come in because they were talking about the psychological problem that would occur with somebody who is doing this, that it can become an addiction, because they're spending $10 and then they don't get what they want, and they continuously spend that $10 to get that skin or whatever it is that they want. And they were asking about that, and of course the guy was like, "I kind of that's private. That's none of your business," basically.
Right.
And it was just funny because to me, like, I necessarily really don't have a big deal with loot boxes as long as it's, again, cosmetics. To me, because Overwatch was the first game that I got into that had that implementation of a loot box where you could still play the game and grind to get the loot box in the game. But if you wanted to, have at it with trying to get a skin without having to go through the process of grinding in the hopes you get it, then you could pay $5, $10 to get, certain amount of loot boxes, and then you could open them up in the hopes to get maybe that nice skin that you want. To me, if it's cosmetic, it's fine. If it's where it's a perk that allows you to become better at the game, then that does seem very unfair, because now you're telling me that a person who could spend hours into a game could have just bought a $10 perk to do half of the stuff that they already did. And like you said, Reed, when it comes down to kids, that kids can become addicted to those type of games because they want that skin, and so they're going to keep buying that stuff over and over again in the hopes that they finally get that skin on Fortnite or the skin on Overwatch. And unfortunately, they're in the game industry. There's really not a proper way to regulate where it can prevent a child who shouldn't be playing a rated M game, to play a rated M game.
Like I said, that's a hard thing to police.
Yeah, it's very difficult.
I completely understand.
Yeah, it's very difficult. And at that point, some people may say that it's on the parent side to, not buy your child a rated M game, knowing
they're definitely most at fault for that.
Yeah, so it's like, you can't expect an entire industry to,
to help you with
to
this
help
part
you
of
parent
what should be doing this.
or help you do what it is that you should do. If you know that this game is an rated M game, or if you know it has this, in here that you don't want your child to be involved in, then you necessarily don't buy the game, or you don't allow them to have access to it.
Now, we didn't grow up at that age that we're talking about. Like when we were that age, the loot boxes, they didn't even get updated. They were on PlayStation 2, and once the game came out, it came out. So once again, this is kind of like a new thing for the industry.
Yeah.
And it's definitely a tough one to deal with.
Yeah, it's a big, like I said, it's becoming a massive thing, because like I said before, there were companies and games that had implementation of loot boxes, but it wasn't like this. Like, this is crazy because now you have Battle Royale, which is really implemented, loot boxes in it. So now you've got all these Battle Royale games that are out that are trying to, be the best, and they have these perks and cards and things that you can purchase via loot boxes. I mean, Apex does do it in the best way they can with it, where it kind of gives you an idea of the percentage. It shows you what it is when you get this box. What's your chance of getting, that legendary, that rare, that epic? So, I mean, it's a little bit more transparent than other implementations of it, but it's kind of like now everybody's just doing it because, in all honesty, that's really where the money's at. They're making a ton of money off of people buying these, cards and packs and these coins to get the skins. So whereas before, when somebody released a game, like a $60 game, they may not have been making the same money as they did now. So it's kind of both a good and bad thing in the way I kind of see it. It's bad because technically it is gambling. Like, no matter how you look around it, it's, in a way, it's gambling.
Well, the thing is like, you can pay money, and you're not buying. I mean, sometimes you can buy the skin. I mean, plenty of games have that. But when it's specifically a loot box, there's an RNG mechanic. So you are literally playing a slot machine. You're just doing it instead of sitting at a little like thing and pulling a lever. You're just pressing a button on PlayStation, PC, whatever.
Yep. Yeah, you're hitting open.
But it's still the same thing. So, I mean, I don't know, man.
Yeah, it's like it's very.
In my opinion, any other thing like that where it's like just regulate it. How we do that is unclear, and I mean we're not no one here is enough of a legal expert to be able to navigate that problem.
Yeah, so. I mean it's one of those things that I feel like it's gonna it's going to get regulated in some form or fashion. I think this is what we're kind of seeing now is that, okay, everybody's doing loot boxes and now it's becoming a big thing. So now it's like, okay, we've got to do something about it. So now everybody's trying to figure out, well, how do we do it where we can still do it, but we're not going to get heat for it. And we're kind of seeing that. And, EA just own up to it. It's not a surprise. I mean, yes, it's a surprise mechanic, but it is gambling. It's a loot box. It's a loot box. Nobody's going to say, hey, I'm going to go home and open up my surprise mechanic and see.
That's a meme, man.
That is
They're not going to admit it because as soon as they do, it's going to get banned immediately.
Well, I mean, then that means they need to figure out something.
Yeah, you're right. By calling it surprise mechanic, that was what they came up with.
I can't wait to get my surprise mechanic when I go home.
Surprise mechanics, and it could literally just picture of a mechanic like looking up from a car, like he's like screwing in a bolt or something, and he's like looking up, but it's not like he didn't pose for the picture at all. It's just him, just like what the fuck. It's like,
exactly.
No, that's a surprise mechanic.
That's the surprise mechanic. What is that? Is that a loot box? No, it's a surprise mechanic. Come on.
What a bunch of ass clowns. What a bunch of buffoons.
EA is like, look, we're making too much money off of this. We got to keep it going. We can't.
I want to know what it's like to be so deep in the system and so built into the corporation that you're the person that actually came up with that. How is that guy's life? He must be like so pleased with himself. It's a surprise.
He's going to sleep at night saying, I did it.
He's rich right now. He's hugging his money pillow.
Implying that there are that can just come out of nowhere. I mean, hey, I'm old fashioned. I thought the mechanics of a game were just what they were. You fire a gun and it shoots. That's a mechanic. But now we have surprise mechanics, I guess.
There you go. So now you don't know if you're shooting or if you're stabbing.
Yeah, I mean, that's cool. We can just change anything at any time. What does anything matter?
Exactly. Surprise! That's what it is. It's a surprise. Surprise! There you go. Yeah, it's crazy. It's gonna be interesting to see where the gaming industry goes because.
And once again, EA delivers another kick in the nuts to the AAA gaming industry.
Yeah. That is it's hard. EA holds one of my games.
You're making them cry.
I'm only crying because of one game. That's it. Everything else I don't care about.
Literally the worst game of them all.
Leave me alone, okay? I still appreciate what Anthem could have been, okay? And maybe one day it'll get there.
Thank you, EA, for shitting all over me.
Look, who knows? Maybe down the road it'll be okay. It won't be great. It'll be okay. But I'm still holding back because I still got it in my library. That's the only game besides The Sims I'll go in Origin for.
I'll never try to argue what you like, Jeremis, but
look, I
just can't get on board with that.
I'm not ignorant to the situation. I'm not ignorant. It's just for me. I put a lot of belief.
What would you call this?
It's not denial. It's just I understand, but I'm still gonna go through with it. I'm still.
That's called an addiction.
Look,
that's acceptance.
I've accepted.
No, that's called an addiction, like drug addicts. I understand it. I understand my teeth may fall out, but I'm shooting it in again.
I haven't played the game in a while, Ken. So I'm not addicted. I'm waiting for it to have something.
You're addicted to the pain, not the game.
You know what? I'm spending money on it, so at least you can give me some props there. I'm gonna go buy some games. I'm gonna go buy something for you.
In any case, the trailer for Halo Infinite looked interesting, at least.
Yeah, it didn't really show actual game footage. Yeah.
I mean, hey, look, man. As a former Halo fan, I want good things for the franchise, but I want that from a distance. I want to love Halo from far away.
I mean, you can get Game Pass and love it from far away.
You won't need to love it from far away. Game Pass is Master Chief Collection's coming to it.
I needed to hurry up so I can get it and play it.
I just played 4 for the story, just so I can know to continue. Everything about 4 sucked. 5.
I've been actually watching like some of the campaign, not the full the 4-hour cutscene compilation thing. but like somebody's like critiquing it, and going back, I'll be honest with you, Ken, I kind of agree with you. The actual story of Halo 4 was not terrible. It wasn't. I didn't like the gameplay. I didn't like much else about Halo 4 actually. The obviously like Cortana, the voice actor, Chief's voice actor, and all them coming back was nice. But was Halo 5 the one where it's like him, it's like Master Chief and another dude staring each other down, and it's supposed to be like this face-off thing?
I didn't play 5.
Which it kind of doesn't end up being that, but yeah. It's another misdirect by them, like when they tried to say something. Like that whole trailer thing about ever showing Chief on the ground or him on the ground.
Yeah. Oh yeah, where he's in like a shawl, and then the wind blows his hood off, and it's like, oh, it's Chief, and he's holding up the Cortana thing, and then the giant robot bird comes out of there. That was cool. I thought that was at least fascinating. But yeah, man.
Reed, did you get Game Pass?
No.
Okay.
I don't know. Is that
he was very blatant. No.
Game Pass is just Microsoft's like subscription service, and they give you all their first party games and
they were having they got it for PC now, and like you can sign. It's like $1 to sign up for like the Ultimate, which gives you like all this stuff. I mean, I just wanted the games, to be honest with you. That's it. Mm-hmm. So I was like,
it's normally $15 a month for all of it, which I mean isn't a bad deal by itself because you get Xbox Live Gold, you get it for PC and for your Xbox.
Yeah.
Regis like,
well, he doesn't play Xbox, so he plays PS.
Oh look, just get Wolfenstein Young Blood, and then we're good.
I was thinking about that. I mean, Wolfenstein Young Blood is just DLC, though.
Yeah, it is.
They're reusing art sets. They're reusing like parts of the level design, and I wouldn't be so anal about it. Wolfenstein it might be my favorite shooter series, if not Halo. Halo's probably it.
What about Doom?
But, Doom is definitely up.
I want to play.
Not Doom 3. Doom 3 was kind of trash. But Doom Eternal looks excellent. Doom 2016 was great. I mean, that game I still have it downloaded. Like it knocked my socks off. But the music and the school like movement system, no reloading, chainsaws and kill animation. Just get in my face. Could you do that? Could you just get in my face?
Come here.
Imagine Reed standing there, just like, yes, it's
perfect. I love it.
It's like I'm backing a truck up, but it's into my mouth. I'm like, all of Doom, just get in here. But Wolfenstein Youngblood. I might.
Ken's gonna pick it up so we can play together.
Yeah,
he just was so lonely.
I'm not lonely. You said you were gonna get it.
No, I mean, Wolfenstein, the New Colossus, had its moments, but ultimately was kind of disappointing. I liked it. I'm always gonna like Wolfenstein, just like the actual gunplay of it, but. The story was just weird, and it repeated itself. It's like, oh, we have to go to Venus to get this code for this thing, and it's like, oh, almost like how we did in the last game, where we had to go to the moon to get this code for this thing. And it's like
how, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. It's like, yeah, just repeat yourself.
I like how on the E3 for Bethesda, they said that they're the ones who invented first-person shooters because they own id Software when they invented it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
we invented it first.
Nice try, Bethesda. It's like our company owned their company, so this creation.
Hey, look! They came out with Battle Royale for 76, so now everybody's just happy. Now we're all good.
There's some brass balls on Todd Howard, man.
That was some mad silence there, boy. I didn't think it was that bad.
There were some brass balls on that man to get out there and just go, hey, so I totally lied to you. That was pretty cool.
That was dope. Remember that?
That was pretty crazy, huh? I told you a whole bunch of stuff and none of it was true. Like,
did you? All. It's like, did you like that? You like that?
Ain't that weird? It's like brass balls, Todd Howard.
You gotta love Todd Howard for his ability just to not give a damn.
You gotta respect the temerity if nothing. else.
He just came out there.
But
He just came out there walking tall and proud, saying, "You can't stop me."
I am.
Oh,
God.
oh, so
he's like, it's okay. The game will come out, and then our mods will fix it.
there you go.
I mean, that's how it ends
That's
up.
pretty much. He's like, we're good. We'll let the mods take care of this. But Reed and Ken, we have. Oh, I don't know. I don't know.
Here we go.
Look,
I don't like when he says it this way.
Look, I mean, because okay, so we all played Gary's Mod, right?
A little bit, yes.
Okay, have you played the hide and seek mode?
I have not, but I've watched plenty of Yogg's cast and like seen
going.
You know, so Ken, why are you always getting so negative? Now you're anti. You're the anti again. You're talking about.
Let's explain it to Reed, and then he'll.
Okay, so there's a game that's going to be coming out. They're going to have a beta for it called Midnight Ghost Hunt, and it's basic Midnight Ghost Hunt. I probably would say you may want to look it up, look up like a trailer for it, but it's basically the hide and seek mode in Gary's Mod, and it's like its own separate game. Basically, you can play either as ghosts or as like I'm gonna just call them like Ghostbusters. You coming in, you go into a house, and you can, of course, it's like hide and seek, but the ghost can fight back, which is the difference because in hide and seek mode, you couldn't fight back. You just had to pretty much hide in the hopes you didn't get shot. This time you can actually fight back in the game, which is, it seems pretty cool. And I know they're having like a beta that's going to be coming out, and they have it where you can sign up. And I was like, we got to get this because if you play Gary's Mod, it kind of reminds me just like that, and it seems pretty cool.
Hang on.
So I thought what you were going to talk about was you wanted us to play the night prop hunt mode they have now.
Oh no! Well, I mean, we could, but that's not what I was going with that. I wasn't going with that at all. I was talking about because it's a new game, and they showed a little bit of all. Showed.
It's called Midnight
Ghost Hunt.
It's in his. You put it in your Discord too, didn't you?
I think I did.
You put it somewhere. Like I had a trailer. I think.
Yeah, I put it.
I'm looking on YouTube.
It's in gaming news.
Just check the.
Well, no,
Discord.
that's the Discord server. I joined the Discord server, but it looks pretty good. I'm excited. I'm excited to try. I want to try it out. There's all these games that have betas that I want to try out. And I can't. I need to get another hard drive because my 4 terabytes is gonna run low. What you zooming for, Ken?
No, I'm looking at a menu. I'm just really.
Oh.
Just
looking at a menu doing that?
I'm just looking at this pizza at the top, and I'm like, they're cooking down. We're making something already, and I'm like,
yeah. You could tell them, hey, look, I can't. There's something came up. I can't get it. I can't eat this food. I gotta eat something else. But yeah, I would definitely. I don't know if they have any. I know they should have like a trailer for it or something.
Yeah, I typed in Gary's Mod Midnight Ghost Hunt.
Oh no, it's not. It's not part of Gary's Mod. It's its own separate game.
Yeah, just type in Midnight Ghost Hunt.
Midnight Ghost
Okay,
Hunt.
there it is. Oh, here we go.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, it's completely separate from Gary's Mod. I was just saying that because it reminded me of Gary's Mod as far as the prop hunt mode. And that's what kind of was like, oh, I want to try this. I want to see if I'm good because Ken's gonna, of course, he's gonna be the hunter, so I'm gonna see if I can take him out.
What? No, why would I always want to be the hunter? I hate being the hunter in those games.
Come on, you got this, Ken. You're good at finding people.
I like being the prop so I can watch hunters walk by me and I'm like, you're an idiot.
So you have a little ectoplasm tool.
Yeah, Ken just walks.
Where you can detect.
They walk by
ghosts.
Ken's like,
oh, that laser looks filthy.
Yeah, it's really cool. I was like, okay, I'm gonna try this out.
Well, what was I gonna say though? I pre-ordered the collector's edition of Doom Eternal, so
you can get the helmet.
Yeah, I'm gonna wear it while I'm streaming it, and I'm gonna take it to work and see if I can be like, hey, if I have a Bluetooth earpiece, can I put it inside the helmet and just be at work in it?
This does look crazy. Like you'll be teleporting between prop objects.
It looks like it'd just be hella fun.
Yeah, I'm down on it.
Yeah, there we go. See, look, at least Reed's willing. Ken over here.
I was looking at pizza. That wasn't about that.
Anyway,
that wasn't my situation.
Anyway, I you know what? I'm gonna let Reed talk because he got something I didn't honestly read when you texted me this. I didn't think you knew if you would that type of stuff you're interested in. But I was like, oh, okay.
I mean, I'm not interested in.
I was like, it was like a left right. It's something that I don't used to hear from Reed. So
we gotta paint the picture. So there's this this Twitch streamer, we'll call her. Her name is Zombie Unicorn, and basically she went to E3 and she had some pretty good success as a streamer. She is known for painting her body and like basically using like sex appeal to to get the traffic bumped up. Which whatever. I mean, if you want to do that, your body, you're right.
Makes your money. Make your money.
Which that would be perfectly fine, except she then went to E3. Oh, by the way, did you guys ever like look into bully hunters? Did that ever like cross your path?
I think I started watching something about it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically SteelSeries pretended to do this initiative where they would send people into CS:GO lobbies, and they called them bully hunters. And whenever someone was mean to a woman in the game, they said that it was for everybody, but it's like, yeah, women are getting harassed online. It's like, oh yeah, because men don't. You're right. It never happens to men. But anyway, so they had this thing, and they found afterwards. I mean, this whole thing was a disaster. It's just like you're sending people into CS:GO lobbies to kill assholes, and it's like, what? I mean, I don't know. The motivation behind it was weird, but they found out that the whole thing just existed to try and sell SteelSeries headphones, because it cut away to, and every person it cut to was wearing SteelSeries, and they were all like decked out. It was just the most transparent. It was hilarious. So that exploded and was a complete disaster, and she was the one that was kind of like the face of that. And so she goes to E3 this year. I realize I'm giving you all that, but she goes to E3 this year, and she takes a video on Instagram where she's like, oh, wow, booth babes in 2019, which booth babes, all they are is they are sometimes, not always, in fact, not even often, but sometimes scantily clad and, booty shorts and, a shirt that shows the belly and all, whatever, attractive models and whatnot. And they're trying to sell a product. And she says that that's a sexist, like, relic of a sexist time and all that, yada, yada, yada. And then everybody was collectively like, hang on, aren't you that woman who painted your tits on a Twitch stream for money? I am sorry. And it was just, and even angry Joe got to her on Twitter and was like, hey, look, I'm not normally this guy, but like this really doesn't look good for you. And like I scroll down one time and the next thing on your Twitter is you twerking. So
yeah,
it's like these models, these paid to sell a product. Yeah, that's sexist when a company does it. And they were like, yeah, because this company is just trying to profit off female sexuality. And then they were like, well, if you look at it, the marketing manager of that company is actually a woman. So what do we do now?
Well, next move.
And even if this is kind of a deeper topic, I'm not trying to go down this whole rabbit hole, but like, even if a man had done it, it's like, what if the women want to do it? What if they're fine doing it? What if they're being paid? I don't know if you know this. They're actually being paid for this. And so you get to come in and decide that you can take away these women's livelihoods, given the fact, of course, that you are a titty streamer on Twitch. You're the definition of a Twitch thought? Okay. That's rich.
Well, it was funny. I don't know if you saw that there was I was watching the video and then some people talk about it. And then there was another video where she was talking about, I don't know if you saw that one, where she was saying she wasn't mad at, it's not about the females. It was about the companies allowing, this to happen. And, that's where, it was like, I was sitting there cause I was talking to Destiny about, cause I was sitting here, I was trying to figure out, how would I go about saying this? Because for me, it's like, okay, you can't be a hypocrite in this matter. You can't get mad at some people who are doing this as their profession, but you're doing the same thing as profession. And you can say, well, what I'm doing is considered art. It doesn't matter. You're still showing your body.
It's like, oh yeah, when I do it, it's art.
Right. Like, because to me, it's like, if like there are many Twitch female streamers, for example, that don't show any or reveal anything that have good success and they enjoy whatever it is they do. And you have you have other Twitch streamers who are females that clearly they know what they have. and they use it to their advantage.
Yeah, they're like, give me.
Right. It's like, hey, look, I've got a really nice body. I know I have a nice body. If this is gonna get me more people to come on my stream and to watch me, I'm gonna use that to my advantage.
And
use your skills.
Yeah, use what you got.
You know what? God bless them. Tax them and tax the money that they make, because that's also unregulated. A whole lot of money.
Yeah, it's like
it's not being sent back into the pool. But yeah, no, I agree with everything you said.
Yeah, it's like you can't be upset with somebody who does the same, who does, who you can't be upset with like the booth babes, and yet you're doing stuff that is also provocative, and then say, oh well, it's sexist. It's like,
how can
and even if
how can you be upset about?
It's like, oh, I'm sorry, Ken.
Hey, good. Go ahead. You go first.
No, it's just even if she was just a straight laced person, like a normal female Twitch streamer who doesn't reveal anything about. Even if she was more conservative, her point still wouldn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't.
It's like, it's not sexist. Like, these women are being paid. I can't believe it's like that. I have to bring that up. It's like, so they're slaves, and it's like, no. Of course they're making a living. I want to take that living away from them because I don't like.
I don't like what they're necessarily.
I don't like
basically it's an objectification.
That's all it ever comes down to. If it's a good looking man without his shirt on, they don't give a shit.
The thing about it is, which I find weird, is because sometimes they make that comparison, is that, well, why not have a man, be the ones to do it?
I would have no problem with that.
And it's like, I don't really care, if it was a man or a female. If they do what they're doing, and they're getting paid to do it, okay, you do your thing. But to me, it's like, you got to kind of be real. Women are a little bit more pleasing to the eye than a man is. Not saying all women don't get excited to see a good hot man with their shirt off.
Women like seeing attractive. I love how half of this is just being. It's assumed that we just exclude women from this. Mm-hmm. They're just like, oh, this is sexist because I say so. And it's like, well, what about that woman doing that job who says that it's not that way? Like the Formula One,
or some woman who do something that find it empowering.
They did it to what was that company called? I don't know. It's some Formula One racing company where obviously they had the chicks in like the little skimpy outfits who would hold up the thing and launch the race. Like it was a cool job. It was like, yeah, you get to be the girl who. You start the race, and they banned it because they're like, "Oh, how sexist, these skimpy women." And then there were articles about those women coming back and saying, "Fuck you, that was my job. I have a family, and you took my job from me because you didn't like that men were enjoying."
Yeah,
fuck you, man.
It's like, come on.
It's the same thing. Like they're attacking us, but yet they defend strippers' rights to be able to do their job.
Yeah, stripper and
our escorts and
when we do a parade and we have nipple tassels and we're all letting it hang out, that's all good and that's fine. Yeah, get out of here, man.
Like, look, let's let them. They're getting paid to do it.
Yeah,
and it's like, I'm pretty sure they're fully aware of the situation, and even the repercussions are for doing this. It's not like they're completely. It's like you can't go into something like that and be ignorant to it.
They're selling a product.
They're saying, hey, look, you dance. In an outfit to get more people to come to us, because they know that, unfortunately, as you may not want it to be.
You can see interviews of like some of the dancers and their managers, like their female managers, and they love the product. They actually they play the game if it's a game they're advertising. A lot of them, and some of them are obviously just doing it for a job. A job's a job.
Yeah,
but
that's what I'm saying. Like her comment, her opinion, her comment was very mood. Because it's like, you're, especially with the fact that she's, doing things that, she's like, oh, this is sexist. It's like,
yeah,
you're doing the same thing.
Is like, hey, just so you know, I scroll down one time and it's you in your underwear. Like, I'm just putting that out there. I don't even have to hit load more or whatever you have to hit on. I scroll down once. I move one flick of my thumb there, and yep, there's her ass, and it's in my face, and it rings hollow. It rings so hollow. But yeah, man, that's why when I see anime, like it's so great how Japanese people just don't give a shit. Like how they don't, like Goblin Slayer came out and all these, those types of people like her were coming out and saying, "Oh, look at all this graphic rape. This is so violent and sexist and hateful to women." And they come out and they're like, "Yeah, because the men in the show just end up so great, right? Right? Like that dude who gets vivisected by a bunch of goblins. He got out like just fine.
Yeah, he was okay.
When you have a penis, it's just smooth sailing, especially in movies. Yeah, women don't ever live.
You got a wee thumbs up.
That's why in the future, all doors will no longer have ID cards. It'll just be a dick pass. You swipe your dick pass and it lets you through.
You just swing your wiener around, and that's how you get it.
You don't have you are not entitled to anything in this futuristic.
It's like
this futuristic utopia.
That's how schools are. Can I get your dick pass? I don't got it. Go back to the classroom. Done.
Yeah,
the dick pass.
So yeah, God bless anime bitches with big boobs. That's all I gotta say.
That's how every argument ends at.
It's like amen.
God bless.
God bless.
Praise be. Keep running that flag into these people's territories and pissing in their open.
Only Reed, and that is 5 minutes with Reed.
Yeah.
That's Reed.
Sorry, guys.
That's Reed.
Sorry, guys.
Hey, you're fine, man.
You're right, Jervis. I don't talk about that type of stuff, like the political stuff.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice to see that side of Reed. It's like, look,
it's not like I watch just that stuff. I mostly watch like general gaming, anime, entertainment videos.
Yeah, me too.
And reviews and stuff, and stuff like that. News, obviously, that comes out, but every so often a story like that will pop up, and I'll just be like, just keep publicly humiliating yourself.
Oh,
People
yeah.
like this.
Oh, yeah. I'm the same.
Don't be mad. Just be like, no. Thank you for revealing to us that you're a giant hypocrite. Thank you.
Like for me, it's like I'm the same way. Like I don't really watch the news at all. Like my day consistent. My news is gaming news. That's it. But like every once in a while, I'll come across like that one story. Like I came across a story between I guess the situation with Whoopi Goldberg and Bella Thorne. And I was
what's that all about?
So basically, Bella Thorne, somebody hacked into her account and leaked her nude photos.
Oh yeah,
and Whoopi Goldberg was pretty much saying that as a celebrity, you
no.
Wait,
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Someone didn't leak her nude photos. What was someone hacked in and threatened her with leaking them, and she decided to show them
you're
herself.
right. Yeah, you're right. She decided to go ahead and leak them herself, and then Whoopi Goldberg, was pretty much saying that. As a celebrity, you shouldn't have this kind of thing, on your phone because you're more prone to this happening. And I think that's right. And I could be wrong, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean the viewers too. The viewers too. If I'm wrong, you can also correct me and give the correct story as well. But Bella Thorne made a video pretty much talking about how she looked up to Whoopi Goldberg and she found that what Whoopi Goldberg was saying was offensive. That she should be able to be basically kind of being able to be free to have these pictures. She shouldn't have to think about it. If she wants to have
as a shameful thing.
Right, yeah, as a shameful thing to have pictures of herself on her phone of her body. And I don't think Whoopi Goldberg was saying that was an issue, or even saying that she was not that was an issue, but saying that she was ugly or anything, but more so we don't live in a perfect world, and to try to assume that is you're kind of fooling yourself, because when you're a celebrity and you have this stuff, this is the type of stuff that's going to happen. It's not if it can, or it's going to happen. And yes, we could say that there should be ways for this to be prevented, and that it's not fair for you to have to be scared of what you do in the privacy of your phone. But then again, you think about it as well. Your phone is not necessarily really private either.
Sure.
A lot of technological devices, even though they do have a form of privacy, they're not 100% foolproof of being private. A lot of people are aware of that.
The camera I'm looking at. Screen
yeah, the camera.
It's recording me right.
So it's like
someone somewhere.
So when you're a big celebrity and you have this stuff, something in you should know that
it's like you're living on 10 trillion.
Yeah, you're very popular. You're very well known amongst the eye of the public. You kind of gotta understand that this is a type of thing that can more than likely happen. And yes, it's upsetting. It's upsetting that it does, and yes, it's not necessarily fair. But again, we don't live in a perfect world, and to me, to assume that you're not fully open to the fact that because we don't live in a perfect world, a perfect society, unfortunately, if you have nude photos of yourself, they have a potential to be leaked. And if you necessarily don't want that, then find another way to do it.
You really should. Yeah, you shouldn't take them.
Yeah.
I mean, I agree. Once again, you hit it all right down the middle. But the only thing I will say, I have to disagree. There is a way to prevent nudes from.
There is a way to prevent.
And
there's a way. There's always a way to prevent something. But again,
it's just one of those things.
My whole thing is that when you're in a situation that you could potentially become public, you've kind of got, that's something you have to think about. You can't just, especially when you're a celebrity or somebody who's very popular, you can't not think of those things because because let's be real, you're not living a normal life anymore. You're living a life of being viewed or being seen by millions and millions of other people. So when you walk out your door, somebody's going to come across, they know you. They're going to have a different experience of how their life is lived than I am. I'm not going to go out my door and there's going to be a crowd of people taking pictures of me or or who are caring about my lifestyle because I'm not popular versus somebody like her, popular. You kind of have to be aware of some of these things. You can't just be completely ignorant to it and say, well, I want to have a normal life. I want to it's like, unfortunately, you can't.
I'll tell you what, man. I'm searching for a way to get as rich as somebody like that is, or Whoopi Goldberg or whoever, but not have any of the fame, because that's the best of both worlds, man. You get all of the access to like resources and and things that way. But man, you have so many like obligations. You're that famous. It's like you're expected to go on certain shows and expected to say certain things. And I'm like, dude, that sounds like such a drag. But the money sounds amazing.
Yeah, and I mean, there are definitely a lot of people that are out there that they're rolling in dough and they hit, and you don't know a single thing about them. You just know their name.
No. If a rich person who dresses like they're not rich and you just see them ball out on something, it's like, oh, okay, I know how you got it and I know how you kept it.
Exactly. Yeah. So I mean, it's just like one of those things.
It's not being stupid.
It's like
that's all.
We just don't live in that perfect world, and it's like sometimes when I come across these articles and stuff like this happening, it's like sometimes people kind of want to play the blind side. They don't want, because they want this. They have this certain idea that this is how it should be. As a man, as a woman, this is blah blah point A point B, and we just don't live in that world. And it's like you kind of have to be aware that you're not perfect. She's not perfect. He's not perfect. They're not perfect. Nobody's perfect. So first of all, like, with the zombie unicorn situation, you can't judge somebody when you're yourself doing something that can be judged as well. If you're doing it, then you don't have a right to be talking,
And you're right. Nobody's perfect, but don't be a Twitch thought and then go up to someone at E3 and say that this is wrong and she shouldn't be able to have this job, and that the people who are doing it should be ashamed and whatnot. And that's why it's so ironic and delicious that it turns out that the company's head of marketing or whatever, the person in control of this event from that company's perspective is a woman. And it's like, now what do you say?
It's like, you're just letting this happen? Like, oh my God.
It's like, sorry about that roadblock there.
It's like, excuse me, there's a roadblock. How are you going to get through it?
Yeah, but yeah, man, that's all there really is to.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just fade into internet oblivion and just go away.
Now we go back to our gaming lives.
Now it's like, when we forget about that and just keep moving on, the world's a bit better.
Now we can start throwing salt back on Ken.
There ain't nothing wrong with me. I'm doing all good.
Speaking of anime bitches, I'm seeing a lot of, like, I hit the gaming thing on YouTube there, and it's giving me a lot of anime games.
Uh-oh.
Hey,
are they listening to me? To me on the speaker of this laptop as well as tapping into the old webcam there.
Ooh, okay.
What about what?
Oh, really? I didn't hear you. What'd you say?
No, I was making a joke. I didn't like, hey, can they listen to me through a speaker in the laptop too, and the webcam as well?
It's because they're prepping you up to, take over your body.
The thing is, after I bought my mattress and the mattress arrived, like I got an email confirming the delivery. Still getting ads for Purple mattress, Casper mattress, like a whole bunch of stuff, and I was like, bro, if your algorithm is supposed to be so good and high tech and gets ads to me so fast, it's like, get these Purple mattress ads out my face. I'm not trying.
You don't like the Bigfoot one?
Maybe they're like,
Oh yeah, where he's like, I'm
a mom.
But maybe they're thinking like this.
Female voice coming. What'd you say?
They're thinking like this. Maybe that since you like this one so much, you'll buy another one for someone else in your home.
No, I'm not made of Purple mattress money.
I'm about to say that Purple mattress ain't cheap.
Not built for that at all.
That Purple mattress was cheap. I'd have one. You'd be sleeping comfortably. Our backs.
I mean, the one that I mean, we got it on sale and got really good review. It had like 3,000 reviews, and all of them, without exception, really good.
Hey, I need to be like Ken and Ree when I grow up, boy. They ain't rolling.
No, that was my last big purchase for a while, man. But you got to take care of yourself in bed, like for real. And I mean that in sexual ways. I mean, as soon as
you gotta pamper yourself.
I was like, beat the peep joke to the.
Look, you gotta. If you're thrusting, you can't be thrusting on a bad mattress.
The joke to the punch.
you can't be doing it on a bad mattress. It's got to be comfy.
No.
Got to get that experience.
The bed frame it's a little bit like terrible because the TV is still fine. It's like it's good, man. A good bed is essential.
First off, if you're on top, it's just bad luck for her, not for you.
Well, I mean, what if she's on top?
Then you get off the bed.
Honey, my back's bad. We gotta get off.
Yeah, she's like,
let's take it to the futon. That's better.
Let's go to the futon.
Not even on the bed.
No, what you do is you just get drunk and then you can't feel nothing.
Oh, see, we're back to the beginning point. People who can't feel pain are immortal.
Yeah, that guy from the first Deadpool movie, he is immortal.
Oh, yeah.
He's not dead.
He's still alive.
Yeah, you're right.
What are you talking about? He's still alive.
You're right.
Oh God, guys, I don't know what I'm gonna do with you guys.
Probably cry.
Oh no, I just got shown a coupon for a $6 pizza at Pizza Hut.
It's not real. It's probably expired.
No, Ken.
Where is it at?
Ken.
Show me it.
I can't.
Is it on their website?
It's got to be on their website. I just got to.
They have a $5.99. Yeah, it's $5.99 large pizza, 2 toppings, online only, carry out only.
That's all I need.
I ain't going carry out.
I'll get it. Ken, I'll get it for you.
Nowhere.
You'll get it for me?
Yeah, give me your address. I'm on my way.
I don't trust you.
Dang,
you're gonna leave me an empty box and I'm gonna cry.
I mean, it'll have a pepper in there.
Dude.
It'll have the pepper.
He's gonna eat all the way around her wheat crust, probably.
I left you the pepper, Ken.
and hey, Ken, and half of the ranch.
Yeah, half of some ranch.
And it won't be like there's a little plastic lid on the cup. It's gonna be one of those peel away foil things. So that there's no sealing it. So that there's no sealing it back up.
There you go.
Because of course,
right now.
That's how it is, Ken. Look. I'm gonna get you a pizza. I'm gonna say, can I get a pizza with no crust, no cheese, no marinara sauce, no toppings? Matter of fact,
can you just
give me a box? How much for the box?
Can I just have a?
How much is it for the box?
Hey, with Domino's, it might as well be.
Snap.
Domino's is actually, I go to Domino's.
I don't want to do pizza. They take like an hour to do.
Actually, they got my pizza done pretty quickly over here.
Domino's has gotten better.
I don't know. I'm still not impressed with their pizza yet. I don't know. Maybe I just didn't get the right one.
They do have more wing. I'm on their website right now. It does seem like they have more wings now.
Better. Yeah, their wing options are better.
Cajun style dry rub. They have dry rub wings.
Yeah, their pasta is really good too.
I haven't tried their I think Domino's has probably got some like good subs and pastas. I just never tried them.
Oh, their Alfredo is.
Oh yeah, Domino's. Yeah, I've had their Alfredo.
Their Alfredo is banging.
All right,
They got,
so
they got the man Boyardee in the back himself.
I'm hearing land party is what I'm hearing.
I mean, hey, the only time you invite us over is for the stream. You can invite us more often.
Okay, I'll invite you more often. We'll have pizza and beer and play games.
He did want to do the horror night. He said.
The who? Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot to tell.
We can do it then.
There you go.
There's got to be a weekend, so I can be off. And
I mean, it would of course be a weekend.
Yeah.
I mean,
and we're gonna convince Reed to work where we work. So
there you go. We're gonna slowly get him over there,
and then
Reed's gonna be like,
we're all going to reassimilate it back into the same company.
Exactly.
Basically, there's me, Talia. Jeremy's gonna get the job, basically.
He's just guaranteed. Thank you.
Ben is there.
Oh, Ben's still there?
Yeah, he works there. He's the one who gave me the referral.
Oh.
I'm here. Calvin's there, but I know how y'all guys feel about.
Oh, Reed, so. I gotta tell you something after the stream.
Oh gosh, do you want to talk about that on stream? You want to talk about it after?
I'm gonna talk about it after the stream.
Okay. I know how y'all feel about him, so that's why I'm just like, yeah, but I don't have nothing against him. He hasn't. No, we never.
I didn't say I had anything against him.
No. I'm just talking about like I know I haven't. Me and him haven't ever really had any issues or not.
Ken, that's because you fly under the radar. Like you're like
that's my specialty.
You're the avoidant. You don't know how to just somehow avoid it in a weird way.
I've learned that style is just to just make tactical attacks. You
have unlocked my trap card.
I'm just a tactician. Like I know how to avoid, but I know when to strike.
I think it's just you stay so silent that you're not a threat. So you just fly under the radar.
How dare you say I'm not a threat?
Because
those are the most threatening ones because you aren't watching.
No, Ken, you didn't let me finish because when you finally come up, it's boom, it's over. They don't expect it because they're like, Ken's good.
That's what it is. Like they ignore me and they keep building their tower while I'm at the bottom sawing it from underneath.
Yeah, I was about to say
he's over there like,
like the Wile E. Coyote.
Exactly.
You're trying to say he's the coyote building up trying to get me, but I'm just a roadrunner that's been on the bottom looking up the whole time.
Slicing a stone tower with a saw. Just like you're sawing a log.
You said I'm a stone tower? I'm sawing a stone tower? I ain't calling me an idiot.
What are you using to do that? I need to know these mechanics.
What my mind went to. I just picture like a medieval fortress tower. And
I was thinking
out there with a giant impractical double-handed.
I was thinking more of a scout's tower, like the wooden ones or something like a.
Oh, sure. Well,
Reed was going big. Ken was thinking small.
On the spot like this, Ken, it just makes it so much funnier.
Yeah. Reed just went to a whole new dimension with that one.
I'm super confused. I'm on this Pizza Hut website still. And it says don't skip the dip, but when I click all the options, it says side of banana peppers and jalapenos. What do you expect me to do with a side of banana peppers with my wings?
Maybe eat them.
Wow, let me pick up these banana peppers and put it on my wing.
Put them on my.
I kind of want some pasta too and drink.
Any food that comes with some sort of garnish item like that needs to be able to incorporate it into the general makeup of the dish. Like wings and banana peppers, like now just have to smush two things together and bite it at the same time.
Because who's going to eat a bowl of banana peppers?
Hey, some people eat onions. People eat onions.
So I will eat like a little bit of them, but I'm not going to sit there with a fork and just go into a big bowl of banana peppers.
Look, Ken, some people will eat a whole onion and say that's delicious. So
my granddad used to do it. He used to do it with the raw onions.
My teacher.
I can understand the raw. I can understand that because with a thing like an apple or a banana or an onion or something like that, the container is built into the food. Ice cream is kind of similar. It's like if you get an ice cream cone, it doesn't really matter. The structure of the ice cream cone is important, but by the time you're done, you eat the cone, and it's like, oh, now I don't have to throw anything away? Oh, that's cool. Mm-hmm. You eat the container.
And then they blew our minds by giving us waffle cones like you improved it somehow.
Oh, my God. You made it thinner yet more sturdy and delicious because most of the time they put a little bit of chocolate at the very bottom part of the cone, and it's just magical.
So I don't know if people keep up with Sonic or not, but they come up with stuff and don't advertise. I'm telling you, because if I went by there once with my friend and they had a double Oreo stuffed waffle cone. Where it's
Sonic,
got Oreo bits on top, and I think like the cream instead of like whipped cream on top is like fluffed Oreo stuff.
Sonic be scheming, man. They be hiding everything.
Sonic.
You pretty much have to have an account with them to know when they do stuff. Because if you don't, they have the most delicious things.
And they have those deals.
Scientology. It's like it's insular and it's closed. And once you get into it, there are ranks, like how they have like the Thetan level that Tom Cruise is. Like you have to graduate to that level, like Sonic, the app. It's like
Sonic's is one.
I just got on here. I just went to their website just to check. I knew they had the cake batter shakes. I knew that. I knew they had Red Bull slushies. I heard about that. I didn't know they have ice cream sandwiches there now.
Ooh. They have ice cream sandwiches?
They have ice cream sandwiches. One of them's just Oreo cookies on the outside, and one's chocolate chip cookies on the outside. And it's got the Oreo, and it's got the Sonic ice cream in the middle.
Oh yeah. Oh, see, Sonic's one of them places I used to sleep on for like a long time, and then when I was at Tidewater, I went to Sonic, and man, they started coming up with these creative menus. I'm like, oh.
Their breakfast are still some of the best breakfast sandwiches ever.
Sonic and Hardee's are probably my two favorite spots.
Bacon, egg, and cheese on 2 pieces of Texas toast, and then just like fried.
Oh my lord!
Get in my face right now.
So, Jeremy, just to let you know, those after 8 p.m., those ice cream cookie sandwiches are $1.49 each. It says this week.
All right, Ken. So when we gonna go to Sonic, man? You know, no more. We're not going to Red Robin's. We're just gonna go to Sonic.
No. Red Robin's. Then we go for dessert to Sonic.
There you go. Okay, that's what we'll do. Reed, you gotta be down with this, man.
Oh, I'm always down for Sonic.
You gotta be down. You gotta be down for this.
That's one fast food place I can.
And I'm also confused by that one Sonic that's on the way to Best Buy, like on Portsmouth Boulevard. It's a local thing for people who watch this, maybe somewhere else. But how is that one still open? Because there's hardly ever any business, but they've never closed down.
I don't know. That's a good question. That's a good question.
I'll always patronize it myself.
If anyone offers you chili cheese tater tots, they're important.
Oh, y'all, they used to have. I think they still do, but they had flavored tater tots.
I haven't heard of that.
Yeah, they had like barbecue. They had like barbecue flavored tots.
I think I heard about that.
Yeah, they were.
I think I know what you're talking about. I never had them, but
hey, man, you missed out, man. That makes
also Rally's is a hidden place too.
Don't get me started on Rally's. Yo, people sleep on Rally's hardcore. People sleep on Rally's, man. I don't understand. I went
by my double fish sandwich. I was like, what that's not offered anywhere else I've ever been to. Except McDonald's did start doing it.
Yeah, but I mean, that's trash Donald's.
So. I mean, people really do sleep on it.
They tore down. It was so sad. I had a Rally's literally like 2 minutes around the corner from me. It was so close. It was perfect.
It's so close. You walked outside and smelled the burgers.
Oh god! And dude, I would go there all the time, and I eventually went there, and with almost no notice, they had just torn it down. And
that's just
it got replaced. It got replaced with, get this, a laundromat.
What?
A laundromat. It was like, bro, what is happening to this community? Like, why are we moving backwards? We're moving backwards. We have a bomb-ass burger place with a whole assortment of other items. And their chicken sandwiches were banging, too.
That's the one thing I wanted to talk about, too. They had double chicken sandwiches.
Oh, their chicken sandwiches. And their fries. My God. They did the curly fries with crispiness that you don't get anywhere else, man. Every time someone else does curly fries, they are never, ever crispy enough because you're trying to get them to coil. I get it. They're supposed to be spongier, but I don't like soggy fries. I just don't. I've never liked flimsy, rubbery fries.
You know what? Those frozen Raleigh fries in the grocery store are nothing like the fresh ones.
Nope. Excuse me. No, they are not. But that goes with anything, really.
Yeah.
Rallies is
It's never going to be
people are
exactly.
sleeping on that.
I hit a sore
And
spot
if you
on
would
Reed.
look in there, like you would see that the grill was old school,
Mhm.
and it just looked so. What you would expect a kitchen to look like? A bunch of greasy, fatty, but still delicious.
That's the
food.
best place.
Well, I'll let you know,
More grease, the
Reed.
better.
I have a 2-minute or less rallies from my home now.
Ken,
I'm
okay, I'm coming over to
joke.
Ken's house. We're going.
Yeah.
We're going to Ken's house for the party.
Yeah. It's on Frederick, right next to the Kroger and everything. That's where they built the Chick-fil-A too.
Really? They
Yeah.
do. I know what you're talking about. I know exactly.
Yeah, that rallies is literally like less than a minute away from me.
Yep. You lucky goose.
I think he's
Man,
he over here
rallies.
just hiding all the good spots.
I'm telling you, man.
Don't be
Kim-
mumbling.
Kim
Don't be
brought me
mumbling.
back.
how
about
long
rallies.
ago was that you used to go to that rally?
Oh, that was years and years.
That's why you're so mad you had a
Probably
flashback.
over. Well, it was. I think they tore it down back when I was in high school. Oh God.
Oh, that's why you were mad about that. It was a long time ago and you had flash.
Oh, dude.
You were more mad than you were more upset than a Vietnam man having flashbacks.
I just don't like it when I have a really convenient place, and it doesn't have to be, but like a grocery store
Mine?
or something.
Oh, you're talking about the Pizza Hut. Never mind. I thought you were talking about the rallies. I'm talking about like, no, I just said it was Frederick.
All right, we're coming over to you.
Speaking of which, there was a right across the street from that
Mm-hmm.
very recently, which
How you
is,
making me want?
in my opinion, good.
Hey, you know what we're
Yeah.
gonna have to do? We're gonna have to go to all these
Pizza Hut's
restaurants.
running.
We're gonna have to
We'll
order.
just die.
We're gonna have to order some food, and we're gonna eat it on TV. That's all we're gonna do.
We're gonna do a mukbang.
We're gonna do some
Off the top mukbang.
Off the top mukbang. That's it. There
You
we
know
go.
what a mukbang is, right, Reed?
I'm afraid not.
I have to make sure because it sounds awkward to anyone who doesn't know. He's like, I'll skip that episode, guys.
He's like, oh no,
So-
I'm good.
It's when it's a Korean thing.
Mukbang?
Yeah, it's a Korean thing where people literally go on stream and just eat food on stream. It's like that's what it is.
You can see Reed's. You can hear Reed's face from across.
Some people eat it like really gross though, like
That
their
is
mouth.
that is such a Korean thing to do.
It is,
Yeah,
and
And,
America just Americanized it.
yeah, it's just ASMR for eating.
I told you, cuddle
The
time with Ken
internet
should be
is-
a mukbang.
Yeah,
The
we can
internet
just
is a wonderful place.
we're gonna do the next off the top stream is just gonna be us eating with our mouths open on stream.
You know what? I think
Eating with our-
we're gonna go do it.
That's how they do it. Like, look at if you watch someone who really gets into it, Reed.
I don't want to.
I'm just saying, if you do, they literally chew with their mouth open, and it's like gross.
No.
I actually watched one
That's-
mukbang where this Korean girl was eating a entire octopus, and it was alive. It was disgusting. It was absolutely terrifying.
Well, I mean, they do that already over there. They eat
I know, but I mean, it was a full whole octopus moving around, and she's just slurping. She's like, I'm like,
He did that in Old Boy. Have either of you ever seen the original Old Boy?
Original what?
Old Boy.
No.
Great movie. And too much to get into, but basically the main character, he did exactly what you were saying. Like, he takes an octopus out of a fish tank, and it's not huge. It's like the head was about the size of a ball, but obviously with the legs spread out everywhere, and he just starts chomping on it. Like, no bullshit. Pulls it out of the water. It's still dripping and soaking wet, of course, and just starts eating this octopus. And it's just like, my God, man.
These poor octopi.
octopi.
They just get eaten alive, and they're just like, "Hey, man, could you at least cook me first? What's up with that?"
Octopi. All right, Ken. So you gotta initiate the mukbang, man. You were doing it earlier.
What?
You're gonna have to.
Because you wanted me to test the sound, and I was eating cauliflower.
Exactly. So you're gonna set it up. We're setting up the muk because you got the rallies near you, man. So
Yeah, I can't. I know. I believe you.
I mean, I'll bring it.
I just don't want to watch other people eating food like that. Like, it'd be one thing. Like, and I know I just got done like crushing a few pieces of pizza, but
This man was eating it. I know it.
I tend to try and be quiet, sneak back into the conversation. But yeah, man, like I don't like it when YouTubers eat, or anyone that's speaking is like eating, and they're like talking like this, you just sound like a douche, and it's just like, fuck you, man.
No. You don't talk. You just eat. You just gotta eat.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's like just don't talk.
Yeah, just eat. That's all we're gonna just eat.
I'd rather you do the mukbang. I'd rather you do that. But when you're saying that they get the boom and the microphone close to their mouth so you can hear
they
the
just eat with their mouth open.
they slosh the food all around.
Tasty.
God.
Oh god, that's hilarious. What we're gonna do is we're gonna have Ken do it, but then he's gonna get up and start flossing while doing it. I think that'll be quality.
I'm gonna get a water pick in my mouth with it.
Water. Oh my god, I can't. I don't know what to do with you, Ken.
Give me some rallies, and you'll find out.
You live right across the street from one.
Yeah, but that means I gotta pay it for it.
How am I? You want me to PayPal you the money?
Yeah, go for it. They don't accept PayPal there.
You know what?
Just cash at me.
Why don't you go get Twitch affiliate and then I'll subscribe.
No, that's not instantaneous either. Trust me.
I know. It would take a month or two where you get that.
I don't know if you guys heard, but on PlayStation, the 2 free games that are going to be out next month is Dark Souls 3 and Final Fantasy 15.
Oh snap!
Those are really good games.
They put like massive AAA game.
What's on the Xboxes? I wonder.
2 massive games.
Xbox like will buy Game Pass.
No, they have games of gold too.
Oh yeah, that's right. I don't have.
That's what I was asking. What's going to be on
an Xbox, so I don't know. I only have PlayStation.
New anime that my buddy reads the manga for, and he's told me all about. Dr. Stone. Looks like it's going to be really good.
Okay.
Or at least sounds like it's going to be really good from the manga. Basically, an apocalypse event. Main character is a genius, a prodigy. This catastrophe though basically turns all living people into stone. And the main character, once he becomes a stone statue, you keep your consciousness, and or at least he did. And so he started counting. He started counting the seconds, and he didn't stop counting. And you eventually find out that they are, or at least he is, unpetrified 10,000 years after he was alive. And so put that into perspective. 10,000 years, my man was counting the seconds to determine how long he was there. He was like, okay, well, I'll keep track of time that way, And so that's just like the level of mental fortitude that this main character has. And so he wakes up, and of course, a couple other people are, still frozen. Some are petrified, some are not. He meets human characters that are, attempting to reshape the world. The thing is like nature taken back over, and they're trying to pretty much get themselves back to where they were technologically 10,000 years ago. And the main character, as I said, was a genius. And so he can build things. He can figure out like they build a steam engine within like a couple of weeks. Like they just start, revolutionizing technology and stuff.
Supposedly there's 31,536 seconds a year. So 31 million, how many? 31,536,000 seconds in a year.
Times 10,000.
Yeah.
What's 31 million?
I mean, just do it. I have to go to unless you're asking.
Dang, now you making them do math on the podcast, man. Gotta really think.
I'm just saying, like my man, 10,000 years, and he counted the seconds.
I think he's an OG.
Like you gotta.
So
you gotta mean that shit.
315 billion, 360 million second.
You can miss me with all that. I'll go to sleep.
You can't sleep.
Night.
No. He found out that he's not. I don't want to give too much away.
Don't worry, it's coming out next month. Don't worry.
Yeah, he can do the things. Reason, not necessarily everybody can.
Okay.
But yeah, it's basically about like human struggles to reshape the world. Obviously, you're going to have your tyrants who want to, it's like, I want to control this technology so I can therefore control the world. And you essentially steer human history, from this point onwards. So the stakes are pretty cool. Yeah, they're just reshaping the world, getting the technology back. I'm pretty certain they're going to take technology past what it was and just keep going. So yeah, should be pretty cool.
So Dr. Stone next month, and then also Fire Force next month.
Also Fire Force, which is see, that's like a beautiful trade. I'll give you Dr. Stone. Now you know about it, and now I know about Fire Force, which looks so cool.
Yeah.
Ugh.
And we should have
Demon Slayer coming over for more into that next month too. Because it's on episode 12. I don't see it ending right on 12. So if they're like in the middle of a fight, so
they're probably
24.
Probably a 24. Yeah, I was gonna either 16 seems like it'd be a little too. So yeah, probably 24.
Well, next is coming Wednesday, final episode of Shield Hero. Yep. And it's named after the title of the show, so that means it's got to fulfill the show.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is like, I thought of Rising of Shield Hero as like, okay, now the next series is going to be called something else of Shield Hero, the reign of Shield Hero. I don't know. But
you think he's going to become like a tyrant or something, the reign of the Shield Hero?
Yeah, man. I just pulled that word out, but now that I say it, yeah.
I mean, he might if they die. Who knows?
Because they said that that one country worships him like a god almost, or like a saint. Mm-hmm. And he was like, "Wow, would have been nice if I landed." It's like, yeah, would have been a lot.
And that's where he was supposed to go, technically.
Yeah, exactly. And no, we're gonna yank all. Could you imagine being those other? And you're all on the same page, like, yeah, so you'll summon him, you'll summon him, you'll summon him. Okay, so we're all clear. And then this one dude just goes off and it's like, no, fuck you, I'm summoning all four of them. Big F you. But he gets his comeuppance in one of the most satisfying like retribution episodes ever. That was literally like 16 minutes of those two just being dragged into the mud.
Right, they never showed the king again. Though I want to see what happens.
Yeah, we didn't really see. He gets shuffled away, but I mean, my thought was he's just like no one gives a shit about him at all. Like he's never going to show up like with the crown or anything. Like he's disgraced, and they actually legally changed his name to Trash.
Yeah,
it's now inscribed into their world's law that man's name is garbage.
Yeah, just like their daughter is named Bitch, and her adventure
is named Bitch, and her adventure name is Slut. And you know what? All of the kingdom is so on board with that. Every single person in that, just like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, sure. Just like yeah. What a great show!
Oh my god,
my man, now Fumi, bro. what a hoss! Shield Hero is a hoss, man.
I need to know what is he going to do next episode? Like, what stupid shield ability is he going to do to win?
I mean, he already did the penalty thing for using his curse shield, like how he had to rest for like 30 days and he couldn't do anything.
Yeah, but he also got the curse removed from him because that fire.
You're right. It did. I forgot about that. So yeah, I mean, he could do the curse. I don't know. I feel like they need to give a new element to that specific thing the next time he uses it. But that fight with the Pope, that show gets very, very wild out of me. Like when it does, it gets like that bear trap thing that came up on him, and he's like in between the teeth, and the camera zooms in to show his face being crushed between the blades, and it's like, and then the blood explodes. I'm like, God damn, this show has almost no blood, but when it gets real, this one character is gonna get shit on. That Pope got it bad. You know who else got it bad? What's her face in Kimetsu no Yaiba, the demon with the 6 arms that they fought that was bouncing the Tamari?
Yeah.
Oh, God, she got it bad, because she broke that curse where she said the dude's name, the main villain.
Yeah.
And those arms grow out of her, and then the arm comes out of her mouth, just contorts around in an inhuman fashion, crushes her head. It's like, Jesus Christ! Like, one of those things by itself would be bad enough.
Can you imagine, Jermis, a big arm coming out of your mouth?
Oh God!
Oh, she had 3 of them. She had 2 of them coming out of her stomach, and then they were these giant they were these giant, like, veiny demons.
I don't know how to describe them.
It's just like, and they have long claws, and she just gets her head grabbed and then crushed. It's like, why did she get it that bad compared to the other dude? You know, I mean, he just got his head cut.
I wonder why she died from that, but yet the other people got their head cut off and came back.
Yeah. Well, his head dissolved. Like, you know, Tanji basically cut his head.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the one kid that was with the woman, the adult woman. You know, the like bluish haired one.
Yeah.
He got his head cut off and he regrew it.
He had his head destroyed by Tamara. They say in the Nichiren swords, the swords that use are a special level that once you decapitate them, like they say that the only way they can be killed is by some sort of magic, which hasn't really been thoroughly explained.
Right, and that's what I mean. The one girl that's throwing the Tamari balls, her head was just crushed, not by the sword or nothing.
Yeah, you're right. But it's the curse. It was the curse that the dude has put on her. So maybe you'd say that curse was what allowed. I don't know.
We don't know. We don't have any answers.
They're so early in the story, they don't. But the fact is like, anime villains get fucked up. They did the exact JoJo card. If you ever want to watch a show where the villains just don't give up, like they will lose limbs, they will be shot and stabbed, they will be thrown under moving cranes, and they will, like, you know, hobble their way, continue fighting and saying like, stories are so good.
Man. Oh, I got some animes to watch.
We've been telling you to watch animes.
You know what, Ken? I've been too busy trying to figure out why you're so salty.
You found the answer. You won't watch the animes I give you.
Okay, Ken. Okay. I don't think that's fair. But I think that's a good place to stop. I don't want Reed to lose all his beautiful content. Save that for the next one. Save it. Thank you guys so much. What is going on over there?
I was like, is that a
Are
bell?
you building a house?
No, I just had to.
I hear pins and needles and screws falling. This man's over here doing construction work.
He finished his pizza. It's time to
Oh
put
no!
up the kid.
I have to throw the tarp back over my transformer.
But thank you guys so much for joining us on this episode of Off the Top.
The eye.
We hope you guys enjoyed listening to our psychotic voices, especially Ken.
It's been pretty enjoyable, I'd say.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And thank you, Ree, for bringing us into Off the Top. Everybody give it up for Ree. He's amazing, man.
Roger that, man. Roger that.
He's awesome.
You can't really see it, but I'm patting myself on the back.
I was clapping for you.
Yeah, we were clapping.
No, I heard that, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you guys are listening on Spotify, we hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you follow the podcast on here. That way you don't
give her a follow.
And for those of you guys who are watching on YouTube, we appreciate it. Make sure you guys give the video a thumbs up and make sure you guys subscribe so you don't miss another episode of Off the Top. And then, of course, we will be back the Sunday after next for more juicy, good, non-political, neutral news. That's right, I said it.
They won't buy us out.
They won't get us.
Mostly because they didn't make an offer, but they won't buy us out.
EA will not buy this one.
They don't know. But, you know, these things are neither here nor there.
Exactly. And EA will not buy us, so I can promise you that. They won't get us with their surprise mechanics.
Yeah. I don't know if I would ever I don't know if I can conceive of an existence that's more empty and desolate than that.
It's okay. EA will be okay.
Yeah.
But as always, it is I, JKT, Ken, and Reed signing off, and we'll see you guys in the next podcast.
Good time talking to you.
Yep, take it easy, everyone.